In the top stories, Agriculture Ministry launches agenda to reduce food imports by 25%. Consultations with farmers held on broiler poultry industry, and government intends to make renal transplants available in St. Kitts and Nevis. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Refer a friend and get $50 cash back for you and $50 cash back for your friend on loans of $3,000 and over at Courts Ready Cash. Plus, you get flexible payment terms, hassle-free service, and fast approval. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Apply now. Visit shopcourts.com. The more friends you refer, the more cash back. What are you waiting for? Make every moment count with a loan from Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
In cricket, there are a few essentials: a bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023. From Wetfest to Fulfield, from Queen Show to Juve, Culturama 49, so you must be here.
From July 27th to August 8th, join us in Nevis for the Caribbean's greatest summer line, Culturama 49.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass, 49 years of mass.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Kyla Berridge. A 25% drop in the food import bill by 2025 is the aim of the countries of the Caribbean Community CARICOM collectively, and with a local food import bill of over $190 million, the Federation launched its initiative on Thursday at the Ministry of Agriculture's large conference room. In delivering remarks, Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Samuel Duggins, told the farmers that once the food bill is reduced, they could capitalize on $50 million that would have been spent on overseas goods.
And if we do a simple mathematical equation, we recognize that 25% of that is somewhere near $50 million. And the essence of what we are here discussing today is how we can share $50 million amongst all of you. But of course, that $50 million is not just cash in hand. It requires your work, your effort, and your dedication. But ultimately, with that, there's a guaranteed $50 million that's being spent annually that should go and be shared amongst all of you. My job here as a Minister of Agriculture is to ensure that that $50 million is going to you.
To further improve farmers' ability to tap into the $50 million share of the market, Minister Duggins said that a team from the Carty University in Costa Rica will arrive to share their knowledge. But
how do we do that? We must ensure that our people have the competence. And so I have extended an invitation to the director of Carty, who has graciously accepted. And we are now making arrangements to have him come in and discuss the way forward in agriculture with our people. Because you see, Carty is not just driving agriculture for the Caribbean. Where Mexico is, where Belize is, and all of the countries that we recognize as advanced agriculture countries, even Costa Rica, Carty is part of that evolution.
The Tropical Agricultural Research and Higher Education Center, or Carty University, is an academic center for innovation and sustainable development in topics related to agriculture, management, conservation, and sustainable use of natural resources, according to the school's website. In keeping with their mandate, they serve the Latin American and Caribbean region. It is expected that farmers would be better equipped to structure cooperatives, properly set up and structure agricultural businesses, and incorporate other sectors. Officials within the Ministry of Agriculture from both St. Kitts and Nevis held talks with farmers about the prospect of a broiler poultry industry in St. Kitts. The consultation was held on Wednesday at the Department of Agriculture's large conference room. Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Agriculture in the Nevis Island Administration, Hughie Sargent, explained that the idea for a poultry industry was birthed from the difficulties that could have arisen from supply chain shortfalls during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020.
In 2020, I think myself, Mr. Lyman, and our abattoir manager, we were at the threshold of COVID, and one of the items of the many discussions we were having, what if COVID proceeds where it was projected to go, and containers could not come to the Federation? What would we do, especially in terms of chicken? What would we do to feed our people? And we had a very small operation. I think we have about 2 or 3 farmers in Nevis who do broilers. And it is at the point where we can't advertise that when we have chicken, because we have hoteliers, we have quite a lot of our expats who simply inundate our abattoir in trying to get local chicken. Apparently local chicken is much better than the imported chicken. So we were just having that discussion, and we started to look at the value chain, and we realized, that was the impetus for us to do what we do.
He mentioned that the Nevis Island Administration has already kick-started their poultry production initiative with the acquisition of machinery and have broken ground for the construction of a poultry processing facility.
Fast forward to 2023, I can just point out what we have done. I'll take that approach. We would have, so far, in April, I think we would have received a turnkey broiler processing line with a capacity of doing 700 to 800 birds per hour. We have also acquired an auto carousel cut-up line capable of producing wings, breasts, whole legs, drumsticks, and thighs. We have had approvals from our planning department to begin construction. Actually tomorrow, on Friday, we are having one of our final meetings to start the construction of our processing facility.
Following his remarks, persons in attendance were given the opportunity to ask questions, one of which was how to get started. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Miguel Fleming, explained that following the meeting, they will be accepting applications for interested persons, followed by training.
The intention is to see who is interested, and once we get those applications, because we figure that some of the persons will also be looking for land. And then in short order, we'll be having a training so persons can learn how to do this on their own. And then we'll have officers that are going to work with you to ensure that you're successful, because as the gentleman mentioned earlier, there's some level of mortality. And I believe the earlier you get into it as well, it's good, because then you get over that learning curve. And then when others are getting interested in coming to the market, you're already one step ahead. But definitely we'll be doing some training.
Other questions raised were how land can be acquired to conduct poultry production, and how will the ministry support farmers pursuing poultry production. Over the past few months, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has made strides to improve the delivery of healthcare services in the country. This was achieved through the acquisition of medical equipment and the development of human resources through the training of medical professionals. However, Prime Minister and Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, said more is being done and will be done by the Ministry of Health to further strengthen and improve the delivery of healthcare services. Prime Minister Drew was speaking on Freedom FM's Issues program on Wednesday, according to the St. Kitts Nevis Information Service, when he said very soon his administration intends to make renal transplants available here in St. Kitts and Nevis. He's quoted as saying, "This is for the people who cannot catch a plane and go overseas. These people are dying sooner than they should because they don't have access to transplants. I cannot allow our people to die when we have an opportunity to save their lives. I would encourage our people to eat well, exercise, keep their pressure under control, your sugar, change your lifestyle, but in the event that they develop end-stage renal disease, we want to make sure that they have an option for renal transplant, and we are going to launch the renal transplant program." Prime Minister Drew also said that the Federation will welcome a team from Canada within a week's time to provide training for the staff of the hemodialysis unit of the JNF General Hospital to properly train persons to use the dialysis machines that were recently received. Meanwhile, Prime Minister and Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, said attention is being placed on reducing the country's infant mortality rate, as is the aim of the administration to transform St. Kitts and Nevis into the safest place for childbirth. During a radio broadcast on Freedom FM on Wednesday, the Prime Minister said, quote, "We are pushing this year for no maternal deaths. What we have done is that, and I want to thank the gynecologists that we have 4 well-experienced gynecologists who are at the JNF General Hospital. As a result of those 4 experienced gynecologists, we have been able to seriously cut the number of deaths here in St. Kitts and Nevis to the point where we have not recorded any maternal deaths this year in St. Kitts and Nevis. Therefore, I want to say to our people that St. Kitts and Nevis would become one of the safest places on earth to become pregnant and have a child," end quote. To help accomplish this, the Ministry of Health recently partnered with the World Pediatric Project, WPP, to stage training for nurses and other staff in neonatal care. The World Pediatric Project provides direct advanced care to thousands of children each year and assists countries globally by developing in-country healthcare resources through training and capacity building. Prime Minister Drew said, quote, "So this program is going to help to save the lives of the mothers who are most at risk and to save their children who are most at risk. That is why we keep saying that a sustainable island state is better living," end quote. He said that such programs are excellent and will put St. Kitts and Nevis on the map. After the break, Creative Economy honors old road icons and St. Kitts and Nevis to participate in Busan World Disability Conference 2023. Stay with us.
Get ready for the biggest sales event of the year. It's the Horseman Furniture and Appliances major sales event, where we're slashing prices by 20% off on all major appliances. Are you looking for amazing deals on refrigerators, stoves, large appliances, washing machines, and even microwaves? From the latest models to top brands, Horseman Furniture and Appliances has it all at unbeatable prices. Whether you're upgrading your kitchen or replacing old appliances, this is the perfect opportunity to get major savings and save big. These deals won't last forever. This is a limited time opportunity to snag the appliance of your dreams at 20% off and get double cashback coupons with every purchase. Don't miss out. The Horsewood Furniture and Appliances major appliances sales event where quality meets affordability. Don't miss out on the biggest discounts on refrigerators, stoves, large appliances, washing machines, and microwaves. Hurry in today and make your home a major delight. Major savings, major discounts, 20% off on major appliances, plus double cash back for free groceries. Happening now at Horsewood Furniture and Appliances. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
50,000?
$50,000?
Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive 1 entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. On Wednesday, the Department of Creative Economy hosted another leg of its community outreach for this year, dubbed We Village That in Old Road. This was the second staging of the initiative, where the department pays tribute to persons who have made significant contributions to the community over the years. The honorees from Old Road are Royston Mr. World Wiggly, Cynthia Watson posthumously, and Gerard Williams. During the ceremony, Minister responsible for the creative economy, Honorable Samuel Duggins, commended the honorees for their contributions to small business, sport, and entertainment. He specifically pointed out the impact of Mr. Wiggly and the Small Axe Band.
We all know the impact Small Axe Band has had over the last nearly 3 decades? 4 decades. Small Axe Band is indeed a leading institution when you talk about culture, creativity, and entertainment. The Small Axe Band is the essence of the community.
He said all 3 awardees will be honored when the surrounding area is developed into a community park.
Our 3 awardees will be a part of a greater project where we will convert this area into a community park with benches that bear the image and a short profile of the contributions of each of the 3. And so Green Tree will become a community park for all to enjoy, relax, and be entertained, inclusive of a children's play area so that our children could have a place to come and enjoy and play as well.
Minister Duggins also announced that Denico Gilbert and Ezekiel Parry were being recognized for being promising young creatives. A special award was announced for Filippo Challenger for his service to the community. Minister Duggins presented the award to Marcello Agard and on Mr. Challenger's behalf. St. Kitts and Nevis will be represented at the Busan World Disability Conference 2023, BWDC 2023, in Busan, Republic of Korea, later this month. President of the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Persons with Disabilities, Joseph Bergen, has been selected to travel to South Korea to participate in the conference from August 7th to 11th. Speaking with ZIZ News, Mr. Bergen outlined what he expects from the international event.
What I'm expecting from this conference is that from time to time we in the region, as a sister and brother organizations, as we would say, we would communicate through networking, and we would basically talk about what's happening in our region and what's coming in on stream new. But to go a bit further, on a global scale, DPI has a bigger connection with people like partners like PAHO and North America Association, Canada Association, UNESCO, and some other very big global partners. A lot of partners and supporters are involved in this initiative.
At the conference, Bergen will be given the opportunity to share insights on challenges and new opportunities for persons with disabilities. He spoke of the significance of St. Kitts and Nevis being part of this global conversation.
It means, as a little federation, or the smallish nation, as we say in the Western Hemisphere, we have a voice in that at that global level. As a reminder, we had a conference as such here in 2018, where we saw the Convention for the Right of Persons with Disabilities was ratified, and we are further waiting legislation. So an initiative like this now, I could state that case like on this forum, and You know, we could have the different diplomats or heads reaching out to the different government agencies here and help them push this initiative.
He said he's pleased to represent the Federation at the upcoming conference.
I am very excited about going on this trip, and I just want the Federation to pray for me on a whole, and I hope that whatever is discussed at that level, that it can be very important here when we bring it back into the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis and implementation going forward. So I think this is very important to see that St. Kitts and Nevis is represented at a global level, and I'm happy to be that person to be representing the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
The conference is organized by the Organizing Committee of the BWDC with the Busan Metropolitan City and Disabled Persons International Korea as co-hosts, supported by the Ministry of Health and Welfare of the Republic of Korea. St. Kitts and Nevis is partnering with the Global Support and Development GSD to complete a baseline bathymetric survey to assess the characteristics and profile of the seabed, enhancing the region's understanding of its maritime infrastructure. The survey will take place from Thursday 27th to Friday 28th July in St. Kitts and Nevis's waters. Fishermen and operators of other sea vessels are asked to take note of the activity when they see boats driving off the coast. This survey will enable data-driven decision-making and pave the way for effective coastal resource management and rapid post-disaster assessments in support of reopening maritime infrastructure. Bathymetric surveys map the underwater characteristics of the seabed to establish a baseline, particularly in areas where there is maritime infrastructure like ports. The data will help to establish a baseline of the seabed surrounding the islands. In the event of a storm or other natural hazard, this baseline data will allow for easily identifying or locating of debris or other materials displaced by a storm and help responders prioritize what needs to be addressed to reopen ports and shipping lanes. The data can also be used to track coastal erosion, sea level rise, and other changing coastline features. St. Kitts and Nevis's voluntary national review that was presented for the first time to the United Nations body this month included information taken from a youth panel discussion on the Sustainable Development Goals. This was stated by the director of the Public Sector Investment Program, Aaron Manners, during his appearance on In Focus on Wednesday. He said that the youth forum was held under the financial support of the United Nations and was coordinated by the Department of Youth.
Meaning is managing your affairs in a way to leave a better future for the next generation. And so, as the minister said, we can't do that without youth involvement, because all the SDGs, the water issues, climate action, if they're not addressed, they're going to affect the younger population. I mean, I will admit that in the earlier part of the consultations on the VNR, we did not get involvement of youth, and apparently they feel that they are somewhat, if not marginalized, tokenized, as they put it, in terms of not being at the table.
Minister of Environment and Climate Action, Honorable Dr. Joyelle Clark, spoke of the key parts of the forum.
We've said it since we did our delegation for COP27 to Egypt last year that St. Kitts and Nevis must present the voice of the youth, and these opportunities would amplify their voices and what they want for sustainability.
Dr. Clark underscored that youth involvement is important because the goal of becoming a sustainable island state and achieving our targets for sustainable development goals is all about the future. Coming up in regional news, Tyler Perry offers $100,000 reward for information on murder